Joining me now is Republican Congressman Darrell Issa, a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. Congressman, thanks for being with us. I want to get your reaction to that clip. Putin doubling down sounds very ugly at this point.
Well, he is a very ugly war criminal. But having said that, fortunately, President Zelensky doesn't go to our classified briefings that have repeatedly said he has no chance, he will not survive, and he will crumble quickly. The problem, of course, is that we're still resupplying him like he's going to fail, instead of resupplying him like he's going to stop this terrible dictator from taking a country by force.
You want to see those fighter jets move from Poland to Ukraine as fast as possible?
I think when a president is bravely sitting there defending his country and he asks for tools which he has an ability to use, it's his decision if he has the ability to use, not some bureaucrat in Washington or standby no man Biden. The fact is the president has not been with President Zelensky all along. He said that he is the one who drew the line in the sand and said it's not in NATO's interest to defend freedom in Ukraine. So, yeah, I believe that he should be given them if he says he has the pilots to fly them. But more importantly, we need to stop going by inches. As you know, we're going to vote sometime today on cutting off oil to Russia, which finally the president, after 12 days of war, did by executive order. But we have not yet done anything to increase our supply so that we actually drive down the price of oil globally and deny Putin the advantage he has economically around the world.
Congressman, just deal with the logic of this for a second, because we're going to stop buying Russian oil, and I get that. Everybody gets that. Everybody wants to stop buying that oil. But the price is going to stay incredibly high, and that works to Vladimir Putin's advantage. And he sells that oil somewhere else. And we know full well there are plenty of regimes out there that are happy to do that. So do we end up at the end of all of this with Putin still getting the cash that he's been getting, and American consumers and other consumers primarily bearing the brunt of this half-hearted Russian oil policy?
Well, I'll agree with you that it's half-hearted in the way that the president is sanctioning and fighting this war. But having said that, if Putin has to sell his oil elsewhere, such as to the Chinese at a deep discount, it does reduce his income. The one thing that's important is over the last 8 to 10 months, the price of oil has risen steadily because of Biden's policies, not because of this 12-day war. And the reality is not one drop of oil has gone offline, not one refinery has been destroyed. So the reality is, if we would begin stepping up our production, we would very quickly drive down the price of oil. If we don't, whether we buy Iranian oil, Venezuelan oil, or actually oil from a free country like Canada, really isn't going to change the global market. Changing the global market is in the hands of America. We proved we could be a net exporter and drive down the price of oil and natural gas just a few months ago. We can do it again. And it is part of, in our strategic interest, our ability to stop this person. And if Biden won't lead militarily, he could at least allow our companies to lead economically to defeat this tyrant.
Congressman, quickly, I want to get your reaction to the Russian attack that severely damaged a children's hospital and a maternity ward in Mariupol today. It seems like the doubling down that we started this conversation with really has already begun. How concerned are you about much more of this?
How concerned am I that the Ukrainians are giving up their lives to protect their country, and that Putin is indiscriminately bombing civilian targets as he has in the past? You know, of course I'm concerned. My heart goes out to them. But as we speak, 2 million Ukrainians are fleeing, while other Ukrainians, men, are either staying or coming back to fight a war. So we have to ask the question, if we will not fight for them, will we at least allow them to fight for themselves? And if they lose their lives in support of freedom, isn't that something that our country has stood for 245 years? So I am completely in support of whatever it takes to help them win this war against this tyrant. And I'm very aware that this man will murder innocent civilians. He will fire indiscriminately. He will kill his own people if they run or abandon or retreat. So there's no question what kind of war it is. Yeah. But this war will not be less bad if we wait till Moldova, if we wait to Poland, if we wait to some other country to be attacked. Yeah. If not now, when will we have a war where we have people willing to fight for their own country more than these brave Ukrainians?
Congressman Issa, you hit it nail on the head. Thanks for being with us today. We appreciate it.